Hey, beautiful souls, welcome back to Fanyo Union. Have you ever wondered why it's so hard to truly be yourself? How your internal thought patterns can shape your reality? Stick around because we've got some ancient wisdom to unleash. And trust me, it's mind-blowing. Life is like a mirror. You know, that mirror you spend way too much time in front of each morning. The saying goes, you attract what you are, you choose who you are. Life, always on the tip of your tongue, is your life. People are always easily hypnotized by the words they speak. Think about all those memories, those happy days, how young we were back then. When reminiscing about youth, tears often well up in our eyes. Well, hate to break it to you, but youth wasn't all rainbows and sunshine. The association of experiences with youth is simply delightful, but in reality, the youth you experienced was not as happy as you think now. Right. My recollections, my opinions, my feelings, everything is shaped by my disposition. Trying to please others is betraying oneself. Expecting compliance from others is imposing my will. But in reality, many times, it's the culprit behind that self-love we all have. The self is a form of violence because it requires a boundary, a clear definition, to separate the self from others to maintain its existence. The ego produces the self-love I have, and that love, in turn, generates deep-seated resentment towards hurt and pain. However, hurt and pain are not objective existences. The only thing giving them existence and power is our resentment towards them. Once you understand this, you'll realize that it is, in fact, our resentment that attracts adversity and obstacles, and it fills our lives with anxiety, expectations, and fear. The crux lies in paying special attention that even with the same actions, slight differences in internal thought patterns will yield completely opposite results. Whenever we label something as good or bad, or when we harbor preferences, it is the construct of the self, or the selfish heart at work. The solution isn't to fight for peace or to conquer nature, but to seek the truth. If a book or teaching were telling you to move to a certain place immediately, that only a certain religious belief can set you free, that a vegetarian diet is healthier, that urban life leads to certain diseases, and so on, or any form of do this better, don't do that. Such patterns of thinking ultimately boil down to chasing thoughts, fearful thoughts, and thoughts of separation. These ways of thinking are just the viruses you were originally trying to clean up, now returning in a different guise to bother you. Remember, there is no distinction, no difference, no good or bad, and no need for choices. You just need to be yourself, without having any particular purpose. Simply follow the guidance of the utter fool, and magical things will happen. When the heart no longer intends to struggle, the scene changes, bringing forth new opportunities. However, when a life accustomed to one way is forcibly changed, such as encountering a calamity or just stepping out of one's comfort zone, people always feel uneasy and subconsciously resist. It's indeed difficult to truly submit, to surrender to the fluctuations of life, to surrender to life. From another perspective, To submit means to let go, to release the attachment of the ego and its attachment to the non-existent self. By doing so, we release the resentment generated by the love of the self, and we can also remove the influence of any obstacles and adversities. After all, how could you possibly attack someone or something that does not exist? Submission and letting go. You can start by recognizing that fundamentally, this means becoming yourself. Once you become yourself, you will naturally know what to do, without relying on the judgment of the brain. To decide what to do, when you understand this, you embark on your utter fool's path. Remember, to submit is to let go, to release the attachment of the ego and its attachment to the non-existent self. By doing so, we release the resentment generated by the love of the self, and we can also remove the influence of any obstacles and adversities. After all, how could you possibly attack someone or something that does not exist? It's like trying to fight a shadow. It's just not there. Being the director of your own movie, you call the shots. I have the power to create everything. Wherever I am, I possess absolute creativity. I determine all my experiences. I want to return to the pure thoughts of the utter fool, to my natural self. These anti-brainwashing guidelines will naturally lead you to enter the mode of becoming a creator. Not for fighting, not because of fear. We simply no longer chase the delusions of brainwashing, no longer believe in separation, but instead, we do what needs to be done at the moment. So, here's the golden nugget of wisdom. Understanding the essence of submission and letting go leads us to become our true selves. Because, hey, once we become ourselves, we naturally know what to do. No relying on the judgment of the brain to decide. It's like finally finding the right filter for your Instagram post. It just fits. And there you have it. Next time you're feeling stuck, just remember to follow the guidance of the utter fool and watch the magic happen. Alright, folks, that's a wrap for today. Don't forget to hit that like button and smash subscribe for more mind-blowing content. Until next time, stay awesome and keep shining. Peace out.